It was late at night, yet all she saw was white. As she dragged her feet over the snow-filled roads, it was cold tonight. The fog left her mouth with every breath she took before vanishing into thin air. Like everything did from her life, vanished, one after another. It has been years. She would find every excuse she could to return home. Even if it was 11 p.m. at night, the streets were empty and quiet, yet she wandered, taking every long route she could, abandoning transport just so she could kill more time. And it came back to bite her in the back. One moment she was staring at the snow melting under her feet, the next moment she was thrown over the exact ground. She took a hit and that made her head spin, but once her vision fixed again, she saw them, heard them. Disgusting faces of old bees, laughing, drinking, the cheap beer spilling down their chin, their ugly eyes on her, hands on their clothes, removing them. It went by so quick it was like a dream. Everything spun around her. Her eyes fell on the bottle of the beer the man dropped. She picked it up, used her full force, and broke it right against the face, drawing blood. The man screamed, getting off her. She stood up, digging the bottle right in the foot of the other man. One was left. She stumbled back. The bottle was gone. She had nothing left to protect herself with. She was strong and bold, but again, before a huge drunk man, there was nothing she could do. Her hands trembled due to adrenaline. The red slowly replaced the one white cotton sheet of snow. The silence replaced by their painful screams, and suddenly she wanted to return home, no matter how much she hated it. She turned and ran as fast as she could, slipping out her phone. She didn't believe in police, never had any emergency contact, so she called the first number she could think of as she ran as fast as she could. A sound of an abrupt clip speak was all she heard. Somehow it was a sound more terrifying than the beast running after her, dominant, deep, male. Ryan, please help me. I am behind the Hand River Bridge. There is this man. She screamed once the mobile was slapped away from her. The man grabbed her arm so harshly it was going to leave a mark before he slammed her against the wall. Now that he was before her, she could see. He was much bigger in size. His hand gripped her jaw, which alone was bigger than her face. He laughed disgustingly before his hand landed on her body. Crazy how her heart wanted to stop there. She didn't know something could truly make her feel again, even if it was fear. Tick tock, click clack, emptiness, cold, red, red, red. Was there something she could kill him with? Red. Her eyes turned red. She needed to run. Red. She saw red. She felt an urge to kill. Red. It all turned red. The man's hand stopped on her body. His eyes went wide before they started bleeding. She saw red spilling down his cheeks. Was her mind playing games? Then slowly the man fell. The red of his blood slowly replaced the white flakes. Slowly and eventually she saw the life seeping out of him before he turned cold. Over. It was over. She looked up to see a shadow, who looked like a grim reaper dressed in black. The pole light flickered above him twice. The smoke around the barrel of his gun answered her questions. Jungkook, is that you? Ara? Is my mind playing games again? Was it truly a death angel? And she was just reminiscing that one person of her life after whom her life turned upside down. He walked over to her, his hand holding the gun going to the wall beside her. His other hand, covered by glove, rested on her cheek, rubbing where the man had held her before. You're hurt, he said. Warren, you're Jungkook, aren't you? Their eyes met. He wasn't the boy she was used to. 5 years ago, he was a man. Brown eyes turned to darkness and void. He had new scars, sharper features, and a build of a beast itself. He was the only one she had before one day. He disappeared. Her home, where they used to hang out, started to eat her out of loneliness, and now he was here. Jungkook, I am. One flinched, yet her eyes never moved off him, nor his, when he suddenly raised his arm and shot a man, probably one of the other two, who got the guts to show up again. Jungkook, I'm taking you home. He stepped back, but Wine stayed. Wine, no. His eyes shifted. She grabbed his coat, moved it aside. Then he showed and roughly slid it aside his chest as well. There it was, that scar. That one scar he got in his childhood while saving her when her foot slipped off the stairs. It was there, just like she had always remembered. The difference was it was not decorated with much more of its kind. Jungkook held her wrist against his chest. Jungkook, we're going home. And just like that, she was in his car, a vehicle so huge and black in color. The nest that reached his home, or more like a fortress of glass and steel. Surrounded or protected by armed men who looked nothing less than the Death Angels themselves. It was a whole different world she had reached. Was it afterlife? Jungkook, that night before your birthday, I was dragged away by a man who intended to use me against my father. And now, this is his legacy. He serves in the depths of hell, while I, the little boy he intended to use, rules his throne. Why was quiet? There was nothing she could process or reply. A boy who was her life, a boy she lost, and now he returns as a man who belongs to an entire different world. How do people react in this situation? Do people even face such situations? Fine, let me stay here then. Not for a night. I mean, moving in. Jungkook didn't need to ask why. Was it because her home still haunted her or because she wanted him before her eyes? Jungkook, come in. The two entered. One had no words for the beauty the mansion held, surrounded by thick snow, looming tall in the black night, reaching up to the moon, truly haunted, yet terrifyingly beautiful. Jungkook had meant to dismiss her for the night after facing such a tragic event, but he felt hands on his chest, hands that pushed him down over the couch. She placed her knees on the couch beside his knees. Her back fell over the ground with a thud. She straddled him before her lips landed over his. She kissed him, sprawled across the couch. He stayed there as she kissed him. He could tell. She felt not an ounce of emotion as she kissed him. Nothing at all. Her lips moved against his, emotionlessly. His hands stayed on the couch, his eyes on hers. And then she pulled away. She took her long, long time before she actually pulled away, and without explaining, she grabbed her bag and went upstairs. He didn't know where. Jungkook leaned over, his elbows being placed over his knees, as he ran a hand over his face, covering half of his mouth. No words, not explanation, just what did 5 years do to them. To be continued.